And welcome back to another episode of How'd You Meet? This is Ana Gabriela Flores, one of your hosts, and I am extremely excited to welcome Katoya Sumner. Thank you, Katoya, for being here with me today.
Of course. So excited. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And just so you know a little bit about her, she has been married for 15 years, has three beautiful children. They have no pets to claim right now with Mr. Damon Sumner. No pets. They're just not ready for that type of responsibility, you know? So it's just what it is. If you do see them in their home, you will see that they love to sing. I got a few of their secrets. They love to sing High School Musical. And The Greatest Showman, I hear is
It is
some
true.
of the favorites, And so I'm super excited to have you guys here. I think you guys are just an awesome, funny, fun couple. They have an awesome podcast. So I don't know if you want to tell us a little bit about your podcast.
Sure.
Yeah, so just to make sure I give you right now the time to pump it up and tell us a little bit about what you guys do on it.
Absolutely. So I am one half of this relationship of Damon and Katoya Sumner. And we do have a podcast that we started this year, 2020. Shout out to the pandemic for creating new opportunities.
Right?
And so we started Sum It Up with the Sumners. You can find us on Instagram, on Facebook, and anywhere you pretty much hear podcasts. So feel free to listen out to that. We talk about relationships, love, family, just a little bit of everything. So, but it is primarily a relationship podcast. So, and we like to keep it short, sweet, and simple. So, just 30-minute episodes. You can get in, get out, and look forward to it every week. So, that is our podcast, Sum It Up with the Sumners. And Instagram is Sum It Up Sumners.
Awesome. So I definitely recommend you guys go and follow them. And so to dive right into just our cup of tea today, so we get to speak without your husband around. So I get to have the tea by myself. And so I'm really excited to hear your version of how did you guys meet?
Yeah. How did we meet? Well, just to clear it up a little bit. So we've been married 12 years, but we have
Mhm.
been together for 15 years. And, I don't know how long I'll be proud of my age. I think forever, I hope, but I am currently 33. So that means if
Yeah.
you do your quick math, that we've pretty much been together since we were 18. All that to say, we went to the same high school. So Damon and I go back to high school. Now we're not high school sweethearts because we didn't officially kind of start dating until we kind of got into college or like pretty much graduation. So we met in high school. We met one time our freshman year. And then pretty much did not see or speak to each other again until senior year. Damon he wasn't maybe my type of guy. And then some type of way. He had braids and a little weight. That's what we always say. He had a little weight
Yeah.
and he had braids. That wasn't my thing.
Okay.
Senior year rolls around. He lost a little bit. He was kind of like dressing up, cut his hair, and I noticed him. And
Mm.
I was like, oh, who is that? Oh, it was
Okay.
almost like I didn't even know him because our school was like larger, if you will, but we had no classes together.
Mhm.
We didn't hang out in the same circles. And, I had my ideal guy. And honestly, Damon, he just wasn't it. And then senior year came around, and I don't know, 4 years of growth from 14 to 18, right? A
Things
lot of years
change.
there.
Okay.
Things changed. And I was like, okay, all right, I think he's cute. And like our story is so premature. And it's the cutest little thing because it literally, I mean, you're in high school. So what do? Well, you like
Yeah.
somebody, you kind of, it's kind of how we got together. But that's how we met ultimately in high school. And then kind of how we got together from there was um, through a friend sending a text message. And then he sent a text message that said, "Hello, ma'am." And that is what got me. And from there, I think we had like a week of dating, I believe. And then he asked me to be his girlfriend. Isn't it so simple? Don't you wish that could happen in like your 20s and
Right.
30s?
Wow.
And so
If
that's pretty much the story. I mean, it's the most succinct story yet, but
yeah.
that is how, I mean, that's how we met and began to
Yeah,
date.
I feel you're like this episode might make everyone miss like dating pre-online dating. It was
Pre-online
so
dating.
easy, guys.
Yeah,
It was so
things,
easy. Look.
yeah, when it was easy. Absolutely. I
I
mean,
love it.
it, I, I know it's not that easy anymore. It could be.
It
I am a
could be. I
believer
agree.
in making things simpler these days. Granted, I've been out of the game for a long
Hmm.
time, but I do believe that things can get easy. I think we're making them way too complicated these
I
days.
would agree. I would have to agree. And so, how did we end up, proposing? How did he get on one knee? How did we go from did
Yeah.
not notice him to dating a week, being a girlfriend
Yep.
to let's get married?
Yeah, well, it took 3 years after that,
Oh.
and so we went to the same college,
Hmm.
and we continued dating. We actually broke up for a little bit. I mean, who wouldn't break up after dating in a week and then going to
Yeah.
college and being like, "Oh, wait, there's just a lot going on here." We
Oh.
shortly got back together. I think it was like a month we broke up, and then we got back together and experienced just the best time back together. I feel like we had a kind of renewed like our interests
Hmm.
for each other, and just being apart really gave us some perspective in that time. We call it the 6 months of bliss in our little dating relationship. We was just like head over heels, all in love again after that little breakup,
Yeah.
which was dramatic. I was like, I don't, I don't know. Anytime you're breaking up is always
Yeah.
something
When
big
you're that
deal.
age, like
Yeah.
you just feel like everything's so
Right, right.
it's
It's
the end
all
of everything.
all consuming. Absolutely.
It's
That's what
nuts.
we felt like. It was nuts and it wasn't that dramatic. And
No.
clearly a month later it was just fine. So we got back together and had our 6 months of bliss and had tons of ups and downs. And 3 years, we always knew like kind of the way we approached our relationship was like, all right, we're like dating with this intention to marry. And we
Hmm.
were also in a little season around where that was very common. I mean, lots of our friends are getting engaged, um, and so things like that, which is kind of, it was the norm where we were
Yeah.
in Denton, Texas. And so we were like, yeah, we're getting married. And so, Damon, I'm gonna say I'm not the one for dates. Damon is better than me, but I believe it's December 19th. He proposed in what was that, 2007. You I'm not the
I
numbers girl. I'm pretty
I
sure.
want to say
Yes.
that when I interviewed him, he said something like, "I think the anniversary is coming up." This is, I think, yeah, I think it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
around that
I feel
date.
if I'm right, I'm very proud of that
I
because that
think
is not
so.
I'm not the
Mhm.
numbers girl. But
Mhm.
December 19, 2007. So we got together in 2005, and then we Damon proposed December 19, 2007, and it was really sweet. Oh gosh, retelling that story. So we somebody's like, I remember it like it was yesterday. And I'm like, no, 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 I do
No.
not. It was sweet though. It was great. No, one of my favorite things from that moment was how, as an act of service. So Damon set the day up all sweet and nice. And I kind of felt like it was going to happen. Um, there was some element of sticky notes. It was in the dorm room. He took me to his dorm room, put up sticky notes all over the walls. I don't remember what they said.
Oh.
I know that's kind of sad, but then it's sad, but it also is going to feed into something else I'm going to say too. But it was
What?
sweet, sticky notes all over. I remember him washing my feet as an act of service,
He did
which
tell
was
me that,
yeah, it was
which
really
I was like, he's like, I know it's gonna be weird, and
it
I'm
is
like,
weird. It
no,
is.
I was blown. That's so
It
beautiful.
was really
No,
beautiful. I
that's
mean, we were
Celebrate Black love. That's
yes,
beautiful.
it was absolutely
Jesus. That's
beautiful. So
beautiful.
it was just
That's
literally
beautiful.
like, hey, to show service, I'm gonna
Mhm.
wash your feet, tell you how much I love you. We
Mhm.
did this, and then later on that day, we ended up going to um, a church event. And at that event is where he proposed. His father came, and it was really sweet and it was great. And of course, I said yes. He got down on one knee. And yeah, I wish I could make this story come like you be right there with me. And I really can't. But
No, it's good. I like it. No, no, no. I mean, honestly, with the washing feet thing, I was
yeah,
like, just like, whoa,
yeah.
okay.
No, it was
Talk
really
about, setting
selfless.
a standard for
Selfless
your
and
children.
service. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
really sweet and really beautiful. And
No.
at that point, I kind of knew something was up. I was like, oh, okay, it's going down. All
This
right,
is
that's
deep.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very, very. And all of our friends were there. And, our close friends knew what was going on. And it was really intimate and really like the first part of the day, kind of we led into the day was just kind of
Mhm.
me and Damon kind of, just sharing, what he like I guess his love and his service. And then the end of the day was more of the proposal and the gathering of everyone, which was really sweet.
I love that. That's great. It's a beautiful story. It is. It really is. So what is one thing that you can think that Damon does that just, makes you smile, that, just makes you feel warm, that you're like,
Yeah.
that's my dude.
Yeah. So I was gonna say earlier too, how like my memory literally, I'm just not the best memory person. I was like, Damon,
Mm.
tell me what you told Anna, and he's like, can't tell you. I was like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna, all right, I'm gonna really think, but I'm not the long term memory person, and but I say that to say that it's not necessarily what have you done for me today, but I truly do like take in what's happening now. I do remember that, and it was a beautiful day, and I'm glad I said yes. And it was 13 years ago, and it was great.
Mhm.
And sometimes we get so focused on those type of right then in the moment things, but what really matters is the time that we spend with each other. And I think about that even in trying to answer this next question, like what does Damon do that makes me all warm and fuzzy inside? And one of the first things I thought was like how much of an amazing dad he is. And it's like, well, how does that do anything for you? Well, it does everything for me.
Mhm.
One, I have a partner, and it makes my job so much easier as a mom to have a present father to my
Mhm.
children, But
Yeah.
I even want to tie in the idea of selflessness, like the fact that, yes, he would wash my feet, and that would be a part of his proposal. It is also still constantly infused in our marriage. Like, he will take the kids so that I have quiet time to myself. He will plan things for me because he know I won't do it for myself. Or, he's I don't know, he will constantly give of himself to make sure that I am having what maybe I've expressed I need, but I haven't done for myself. So he's just always loving. He's selfless. And I hope that he doesn't feel that I take that for granted every day, but he really is. And I haven't even really connected that of that act in the very beginning that kind of like still
Mhm.
fully shows present in our marriage today.
I
So
love
that
it.
makes me really warm inside because that's
Yeah.
sometimes just the most practical things that just feel so good. Like,
Mhm.
man, you really do love me, and you
Mhm.
would like give up some things for yourself to make sure that like I feel good, or that I'm taking care of myself, or that you're taking care of me, which is really sweet.
Yeah, it is. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love to hear that. That's amazing. Again, I was just telling the last, wife I was speaking to. I was like, I have these, amazing guy friends that I invited to be part of this podcast, but then to be able to hear, their wives speak about them, has completely changed my view on some of them,
Aw.
right? Because it's so beautiful to hear them, right, as good husbands, as good fathers, as,
Right.
good just role model, to
Right.
the people around their lives, and just being support systems to their wives. I mean,
Absolutely.
my hats off to it's an honor to be able to share, the stories and the platform, to these amazing men, and to these
Yeah.
amazing women, because, then you'll get to hear what he bragged about you. And so it's an honor. And so I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I love to hear it. And
So
so
sweet. Thank you.
um, I'm gonna have to change one of the questions for y'all, because I feel like I've seen you and followed you guys as a couple, and I've seen and noticed that definitely laughter, is something that is very present in your relationship.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I just wanted to see if you wanted to. I'm going to switch one of the last questions on you, but if you could just speak a little bit about what laughter, how laughter shows up in your relationship, what it means to y'all. How do you guys keep it maybe lighthearted? Because
Yeah.
I can see it in y'all. You guys are just so good at it. It almost seems natural for you guys to just be funny and
Yeah,
fun.
that's fun. That's true. We believe in having a good time together. I
Yes.
mean, Damon is a comedian, so
Yes. Makes
people are
it
like, does
easier.
he always make you laugh? And I'm like, it's not like he's just walking around telling jokes, but and then I mean, actually, he'll tell jokes, and I'm like, that's not funny. Like,
Try it
that's
again.
not even funny. Just stop. He's like, you missed it. You missed the punchline. I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, whatever. So it's not that he's like just walking around telling me jokes, but it's just that we enjoy laughing and having a good time.
Mhm.
And I think like, like such a foundation for us in our relationship, like that 6 months of bliss I was talking about,
Mhm.
it was because we just were friends and it was just fun to be
Mhm.
friends. Like he is my best friend. People like,
Yeah.
can shitty, yeah, your spouse is, I have multiple best friends, but he is my best friend. And I think we keep a baseline of friendship even today that just makes things so much funner. Like watching movies together or laughing at something over and over, or just, we'll like riffing off of each other and just kind of having fun with that. Like you started and I'll keep going. And like when you that comes natural for us
Mhm.
to just keep friendship. I want to come home and tell you this story. I want to text you and tell you this
Mhm.
story. I know this is going to make you laugh and I want to tell you this, so I don't know, it's fun. And we like infuse that right back in our children. Like we're
Mhm.
always all laughing, and
Mhm.
it's a family ordeal of laughter in this house.
Mhm. I love that. I love that.
So yeah.
Laughing it up with the Sumners.
Laugh it up with the Sumners. Keep
I
it light. I
love
mean,
it.
there is so much going on that can be heavy. And granted, you have to face
Mhm.
that, but it's a lot funner to just kind of have a good time too.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's definitely a lot funner
It's a
to
lot
have
funner.
fun.
Yeah. And you're
It
like, hey,
is.
that was bad, right? Yep.
That's a
Well,
quote.
what's
That's a
gonna be
quote right
good?
there. That's a bar. Someone tweet that, please.
There it
Just
is. There it is. It's a
yeah.
lot funner to have fun. It's just,
Yes.
and whatever that looks like, it doesn't even matter,
Absolutely.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like we're doing big grand things. We just talk and laugh and keep
Mhm.
communication, So I think it makes me laugh. We have a good time. And like if we're not even having a good time, I'm like, oh, I actually don't want to be here. I'll see you in like a couple hours. This is we're bringing each other down right now, so I'm
Yep.
gonna step away and I'm gonna try to come back and see if we can
Space.
do better.
Let's try it again.
Let's just try again. You need a
Try it
break, I
again.
need a break, and we'll try again.
Try it again.
Even when we argue, we can tend to face the truth, find the laughter in that
Mhm.
frustrating moment, and then kind of get over the hill.
And
So
move on.
yeah,
Yeah.
we love a good
You
laugh.
gotta. Yeah, you have to. You have to. And so I know you said you're not, the greatest with the memories, but I mean, so then this question should be easier technically, because then
Ooh.
there's if there's a lot to choose from, the one that sticks out is the easiest
Okay.
one. So, what has been your favorite memory with him so far? Just what sticks out. So,
Hmm. Favorite memory. I should have an answer. Let's see. My favorite memory with Damon Sumner. I would say when we went to Paris for our
Oh,
10-year anniversary, and I mean we did like a whole little. We went to England, went to Paris.
oh,
We yeah, kind of like a little Europe trip. It was really
yeah.
fun, and I feel like 10 years we already had all our children at that point,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, 10 years. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've been married
Yeah,
for
I'm
12 years.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know, I wasn't there.
no,
I don't know.
I'm trying to make sure. So already having three children in,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many memories, but that trip was fun to just get away, travel and explore, and we went dancing, and that was really fun. And Damon and
Oh.
I don't really go. We don't really like go out. We like
Mhm.
hang out with friends, but like
Mhm.
going out and dancing, I go do that with my girlfriends because
Yes.
it's just not something we do together often. And so when we went out, we like did so much. I mean, like it was we just had it was there was no there was kind of no limits. And so it was
Mhm.
just fun. And it just felt like we were just a little dating couple instead of like just being like a married couple who comes home, takes care of their children, goes to work. It was like, none of this for 7 or 10 days, however long it was. And it was fun. We even like stopped by New York because we had a long layover. So it was just like, it was like just it was a lot of fun. And even just going dancing. And I was like, okay, I don't think I remember you dancing this good. We haven't danced and grind in the
Ooh, we
club a little
still
bit.
haven't. Ooh.
But that's because we just don't do that often at all. I mean,
We
dancing
do.
around is fun, but dancing up
Yeah,
on
like
is not something we do often. So I was like, oh, this is
ooh,
good.
little did
So
I know my husband still got it.
seriously, it was like we should do this more often. So it
That's
was fun.
awesome.
Yeah, I think the 10-year anniversary was like really fun memory because it was just
Yeah,
carefree. It's
that's
nice because
awesome.
like I mean we had children really quickly. Pretty much as quickly as we dated. So no. And,
Week two. That was
yeah,
week
no,
two.
it was like 10 months in and we got pregnant. So, children came pretty fast. And then once they came,
Yes.
it's like, well, you got to keep going if it's what you want.
Yeah.
So it was nice to just get that really good kind of lengthy
Mhm.
breakaway. And you find that you need to do that a lot more. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm glad you guys did.
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
am
glad you
too.
guys did. And I hope that when you get to listen to the replay of this episode, he takes this as a hint to take you out dancing somewhere
Mm-hmm,
so y'all can
mm-hmm.
go and ground up on him
I know.
somewhere.
Yes.
So take some notes, gentlemen. Take some notes.
Go out, change the dates up.
Yeah, change the routine up a little bit.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
that's pretty much what it was. So that was a fun, fun, fun week of memories, if you
that's
will.
awesome. That's so
Yeah.
great to hear. And so before I let you go, Katoya, thank you so much for your time and sharing your love story with us. And just, giving people the opportunity in 2021 to smile and laugh and get some good tea. So
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
absolutely.
Everybody loves some cheese whiz. So, yeah, I don't know about you, but I love the cheese whiz. So. So, is there a couple that comes to mind that you would love to hear and learn their how'd you meet story?
Oh, like some like a famous couple or
I
somebody,
mean,
or
that
just a couple
you
I know.
know. Oh, yes. I mean, oh, if you can hook us up with the famous
I
couple, let's
know,
make it
right?
happen.
No,
Yeah.
no. Let me think. Who's a good story? Um, a good fun couple. I'm trying to think of fun couples. Are they
Fun
fun? Is that
couples. Are you
story
fun?
good? Is
You're
that
not
gonna be a
fun.
good story? I
Will they
immediately
embarrass me? They will. No, not them.
no, I did. You know what? I have some good friends and they're fun. Ivana and John Parker. They
Awesome.
whatever story they tell should be fun.
Awesome. So awesome. I will definitely follow up with you to get their contact information and
Yeah.
looking forward to hearing from them as well. So
No, yeah, that'd be
thank
fun.
you so much.